Okay, so we have some mixed equations here we're going to solve now. Got a few different techniques for the different types of equations. So we have three basic types of equation. We have this type of equation here, which is a trinomial. We've got an x squared, an x, and a number. We have this type of equation here, which is a binomial, but we have an x and an x squared term. And then we've got this type of equation here. This is a binomial, but in this case, there's no x term. So these three types have three different strategies for solving them. The other three equations are all type 1 equations. The other three equations are all type 1 equations. So if you notice the form and character of these three equations, you can see there's three different approaches. So with this first one, question 4a, 3x squared minus 9x, when we have an expression like this one, we need to find the greatest common divisor of both of the two terms. So you can divide both of these by 3, and you can divide both of these by x. So the greatest common divisor is going to be 3x. If you factor a 3x out of the first expression, we're left with an x. If you factor 3x out of the second expression, the second term, you're going to be left with a minus 3. Because 3x times x is 3x squared. 3x times minus 3 is minus 9x. So our solutions are going to be x is equal to 0, x is equal to 3. Okay, B. This is a trinomial. This is a trinomial. For this one, we need to start by looking at the factors of 16. So 1 times 16, 2 times 8, and 4 times 4 are the factors of 16. Because this sign here is positive, it means both the signs in the brackets will be the same. Because this sign here is also positive, it means they'll both be plus signs. So this means we have x plus something, x plus something equals 0. So now we're looking for a factor pair that add together to give 10. And we can see that it's going to be x plus 8, x plus 2, giving us the solutions x is equal to minus 8 and x is equal to minus 2. Let's do one more of that type. So we have another trinomial in C, x squared plus 2x minus 24. We start off with our factors of 24. 1 times 24, 2 times 12, 3 times 8, 4 times 6. Now we look at the signs. This sign here being negative tells us that both the signs are different. So we can write up straight away x plus something, x minus something is equal to 0. This sign here tells us that the bigger of the two numbers is the one that's going to be positive. So the bigger of the two numbers is positive, the smaller of the two numbers is negative. We need to look for a factor pair here which add up together to give plus 2. And it's this last pairing here. Minus 4 plus 6 is going to give us plus 2. So we have x plus 6, x minus 4, and our solutions will be x minus 6, and x is equal to 4. Our third type of equation, D, x squared minus 25 is equal to 0. We want to aim to rearrange this equation into the characteristic form of x squared is equal to a. And then we can solve with square roots. So if we add 25 to both sides, we get x squared is equal to 25. And then we can square root both sides. We get x is equal to plus minus the square root of 25, which is equal to plus minus 5. So x is equal to minus 5, and x is equal to 5. The last two equations are similar to the first, to B and C.